I'm going to be going over Learning Guide 16 today, starting with this type of equation. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is that you're going to want to find out what this is. So how you're going to do that is you are going to cross multiply and divide. Now, if you were to write it out, it would be 65 x times, why did I put an x? Times sin 48 divided by sin 75. Now you can put that into a calculator, but before you do, you want to make sure that your calculator is it on rational? Love my spelling. You want to make sure it's on degrees, or else you're going to get a crazy number. So make sure your calculator is like that first. And you should type it into your calculator, and you should get I'm sorry, I got a bit confused. You should get 50.0, which means that this one would be 50. So now we're going to use the same equation as we did before, but this time we have to make our thing from our triangle. So what you're going to do is that you're going to find the opposites. So clearly 50 is on the opposite of 8. 49 is the opposite of x, and that is what we're going to try to solve for. And now you have to also do this. So we have to make sure that this is our O, our opposite. This would be our H, and this would be our A. So based on that, we would use sin. Now how you're going to do it is that you're going to put your 50 here, and your opposite of 50, which is your 48, so it's going to be sin 48 is equal to, and now you want your variable at the top of the equation. So because our variable here isn't a degree, we want the degrees on the bottom. If we were missing a degree, we want our degrees on the top. And how you do that is you would just flip it. It's the same either way, as long as you have both of your degrees on the bottom and both of your outer numbers on the top. Now we're going to do what we did again, and we're going to cross multiply. You cross multiply the ones that are across from each other, and then you divide by the one that is not, the one that's beside the one that's missing, if that makes sense. So how you're going to write that out is that's going to be 50 x, and you put your sin 48 sin 48 divided by sin 84. Now what you put on the calculator, I forgot to mention last time, is that when you do this, how you're actually going to write on a calculator is like this. And you want to make sure you close your brackets, because the brackets are automatically going to be there when you put in the sin, but you want to make sure you close it, or else you're going to get a crazy number. And then you would type that into your calculator, and you would get 37.4. Now, because it's an angle, it's a triangle, we want to know all of the angles in that. So how you're going to figure that out is that you're going to take 180, because every triangle adds up to 180, minus this stuff, your degrees, which is 48, because we don't know the degrees here, but we want to make sure we know. I don't know how to explain it well. So you're gonna minus your 2 degrees, which is equal to 44. So this would be the outer bit, and this would be the degrees. And you want to make sure you try to solve for all of the stuff. Next up, we'll be doing a table. Now, what this means is that the sin for 30 will be this number, the cos for 30 will be this number, and the tan. Now, we have 2 angles here that we are going to get our basis of this. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to do the sin of 30. So here, this one right here has 30. So how we would find that is we would find our opposite, our H, and our A. Now if you remember, O over H equals sin. So we would do 2 over 4. Same thing for our cos. It's our A over H. And then we would do our tan, which is our O over A. Boom, we figured it out. Now you're going to do your next degree. Your next one would be your 60. Nope, your next one would be your 45, which is on the lower angle here. And then we're going to do what we did again. We're going to find our opposite and our H and our A. Now because these are both 45, it's going to be basically a bit different. No, it's pretty similar. So for our sin, it would be 1 over 2. Square root of 2. Make sure you put in your squares. And then our cos, it's the same because of the angles. It's just 1 over the square root of 2. And then our last one would be 1 over 1. Which is our A over our O. Next up is 60. Now when we go to 60, we have to come back up to here. And then we have to do this again. So this is no longer A, it's O. This is no longer O, it's A. This is still H. And then we do what we did before. So our sin would be root 3 over 4. Our cos would be 2 over 4. And our tan would be root 3 over 2. Now that we have this stands for any angle that you're currently given in this equation that has degrees of 30, 45, or 60. So if we look down here, we have 2 more angles. And we're going to use what we know here. So this one has 60 degrees. So sin 60, because if we look, O, H, A, we have our O and our A, so it would be sin. So our sin 60 is equal to x over 4. Because if we look back, it's 4. Nope, if we look here, this is a 4. I'm sorry, I got mixed up. Next thing we're going to do is that we're going to write as 2 over 4 equal to x over 4. I wrote that wrong. 2 over 4 equal to x over 4. Cross multiply, then divide. We're going to get 8 over 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2, so our x equals 2. Now we're going to do it again with our 45 angle down here. So once again, we figure out that it is sin. So our sin is equal to 45, which is equal to x over 6, because we have a 6, we don't have our x. So you're going to look back here, and our sin is Our sin is 1 over 2. I'm sorry, I thought it was something else. I am an idiot. Is 1 over root 2 is equal to x over 6. And then cross multiply, divide. But this was going to be a bit different this time because it'd be 6 over root 2. And we can't have a root 2 in our equation, so we have to times both of these by root 2. So times root 2 by times root 2, it cancels out the root, as you learned from the last letter guide if you watched this video. And what we would get is 6 over 2. This would cancel out the root. This would just be 2. So in that one, our x would equal. The last equation is finding an angle. So how are you going to do this? Is that you're going to basically what we did previously, and find the things that go together. So we don't have this number. So now what you're going to do is that you're going to move over and you're going to do your sin C, because we want to find what this is here, not this. We want to go like that, not like that. I'm dumb. We want to find a degree to every number. So it would be sin C, if that makes any sense. It'd be sin C over 20 equal to sin 42, because A is 42, over 18. And then you are going to cross multiply and divide. So going back what I said before, once again, you want the same numbers here, and if your variable is a degree, you want the degrees on top. So now what you're going to do is that you're going to do 20 times sin 42 divided by 18, and it's going to give you 0.743478. Now, that's not the final answer, but it's the temporary one. So, if you are using your graphing calculator, what you're going to do is that you are going to hit sin negative. So how you're going to get that is you're just going to put you're going to hit shift sin, and then in your box you're going to put shift sin again, and you're going to put your negative, which will give you your previous answer, and it will give you 48. And that's the actual answer to the problem.